Hi everyone, I'm just doing a quick unboxing of my new nail set here that I got from Baivang Studios. And I haven't looked at this yet, but I'm pretty excited. I think this is a full set. Packaging looks good. And I got my setup here, so hopefully I could get some testing done on the stamper as well as the plates. Oh, look how cute that is. So right here there is a scraper, and then there is a stamper here. We'll open that in a bit. This is super cute. Oh, I love that. I love her presentations on just everything and the little details to everything. Always makes it so presentable and aesthetically pleasing. So I'm gonna open this up. We're just gonna lay it all out to see what comes with this cute little set here. Here is her card, a little thank you card. That's cute. I love that. And then, nice. Well, thank you by sharing the good news. And then, so here's a little instruction for those who've never done this before too. So that's super helpful. And I love this. I love the case. I typically don't use cases because I have a sleeve for all my other plates and everything, but this is super cute for those who don't have cases to protect your plate and everything too. But super cute, very Hmong design, and then her signature here as well too. So let's check it out. Let me open this the stampers really quick first. So I really like the jelly stampers. They're probably one of my favorites to use just because they usually pick up very well, and you don't necessarily need to prime these, whereas other stampers you do need to prime. But I like the jelly stampers. Look how sticky it is here. Pretty sticky. I don't know if you can see that. So it's pretty sticky. I like that. So those are great for large images as well as small too. And then a standard scraper here too. I actually usually like to use just like a credit card. I can't find my old ones now, but we'll use this one for today here too. So we'll put this stamper and scraper here. Let's look at the plate here. This is a nice size plate here, so I'm gonna pull it right out here. This is my favorite part, is just unwrapping all of the sticky stuff from here and just seeing how beautifully etched some of the images are here. Let's see here. Oh, so nice. So it has two sides of designs. One side, let's just go ahead and peel this off here so that you all can see it. I should have prepped this a little bit here. Yeah. Let me get my little thing here. Hopefully I don't scratch it here. Oh wait, this one came off. All right. So you can see if there's a reflection. Hopefully not. Look at those designs. Oh, how beautiful. There's tiny little images here, which I actually really love the little images, only because they can fit onto smaller nail beds. And then you have some bigger ones too. But this is probably one of my favorite here in the traditional Hmong heart pattern right here too. And the elephant paws, I believe that's what they call it, the elephant paws. So I don't know if you can see that here, but super cute. Can't wait to mess with some of these designs. Oh, this one's really beautiful too, using the elephant prints to create kind of like this border And I love these little squares here, so I'm excited. And I love these little individual, I guess patterns you would say, to create a really nice, like maybe a Hmong, a skirt looking nail art idea, our nail. And then this is the other side. This one has a lot bigger, more set images, which I love as well. Look at that. Look at the details to some of these are so amazing. I don't know if you can see it here. I'll give you a closer look on that. Here. And then I'll do, here's a closer look on this side. I'll turn it this way so you kind of see the Hmong words here. We have Hmong here, Lu, and then Guluka, I love you, and Hmong here. So some wonderful images. So I'm excited to kind of play around. Oh, I love this one. I'm just feeling it right now. It looks like it's pretty well etched in. There are plates I've bought from, like, you know, just cheaply made plates, you know, where the edging it's not etched in good enough, so then it doesn't pick up, the image doesn't pick up. So we're going to test it out. So I kind of set up what I typically use for nail stamping. I have my 100% acetone here, which you should always use 100%. It just cleans, it's probably not as safe, but it cleans your plate a lot better and gets rid of a lot of the stamping polishes as well. And then I also have a lint roller, which you'll see why I use it. I use it to clean my stamper as well as just test out any stamping stuff. And then I have my cotton ball stick. When I first started out stamping, I thought, oh, I don't need one of those, but this is a lifesaver, because when you go in to clean your plate a million times, you don't want to be ruining your nails as well too. So my cotton ball, and then I use a little tiny brush here. Actually, this is this was like a eyeshadow brush that I use just to clean up my sides, and you'll see why in a bit. And then I have different some of my top favorite stamping polishes that I use, from the cheapest to some more expensive ones or better quality ones too. But I wanted to kind of give an example of some of the cheap ones, so that for those of you who are starting out new can go out and just get some cheap polish, or use some of your polishes that you already have to see, because the type of polish does matter. It has to be more opaque. The sheer kind of polishes or glitter doesn't necessarily always work. And you don't really want to use glitter on this any stamping plates. At least I prefer not to use it, only because sometimes the glitter gets stuck in the tiny little details of the design as well too. So you don't want to do that. So most of the time what I usually like to do is to make sure they just get a little bit of the acetone here. And then we'll just kind of clean it up a little bit here. Just kind of run right through it for any debris or anything. Most of the time it's pretty good, but just in case from the production of it, anything could have gotten inside, or any extra little debris or whatever. So I usually just like to clean it. Again, these jelly stampers usually do not need to be primed. However, there are some more like silicone, the harder ones that are not as jelly, some of those need to be primed, and so you just want to test it out. But with Bai's set, you know, this is probably one of my favorite again, and so she added, which is amazing, because one of these is pretty costly already too. But this is a nice set, so I'm super excited. So let's just test out some images here. And also I have my nail stamping little mat here, but I don't typically use it. I just use it so I don't like get it all over my table or anything. But I have a paper towel to wipe off the excess polish. So we'll just start off. So I like using Wet n Wild. Of course, the darker, more opaque colors. But we'll kind of play around with. Probably won't use the white one because it's not gonna show up on my stamper here. But let me use this. So this is Sinful Colors. You can't really see it on here, but the Sinful Colors I actually really like, especially the darker colors. They're cheap. I think they're about $1.90 $7 or something at Walmart. They're cheap and so very affordable. And so sometimes I'll use this, and then I'll work my way up to this line for some of the images to kind of talk about some of the other kind of polishes that I use. So let's try it out. I'm excited to try out some of the images. Let's try some of these bigger images. These are so neat. So what I usually do for those who haven't done this before, I would just take some polish and just kind of put it right. I don't usually, some people, I like to save my polish, so I don't, depending how thick the polish is, I usually will just put like one line at top, but this one I'm kind of running out, so I kind of made it a little bit halfway through, but you can swipe fully down. And now that does take some practice to swipe. You can lean it a certain way and just kind of clean off your scraper there, and then you take the jelly stampers, you usually want to roll it off. So there you go, look at that. That is so nice. Everything picked up for this image. And so what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna use my lint roller here. Sorry, I kind of bent that a little bit. It shouldn't have curved. I was curving my thing. So you saw everything picks up pretty good. Let me see if this focuses in better here. So everything picked up pretty good. The detail and the stamper are picked up very well. Everything as well too. So that's really good. So let's try another. So I already have some. So clean that up. I usually like to clean it right away just to keep my plate nice and clean. Let's pick up another image here. I like this one. This reminds me of the baby carrier. So the Hmong baby carrier. I think mine has this pattern on it. So let's just do that. And then, I don't know if you can see it here. Oh, but there's... Okay. So I'm using this one. Sorry, I wasn't focused earlier. And sometimes if the first swipe doesn't work, I just kind of go in, use the extra pieces of... Look at that. Let me bring it up closer here and zoom in there. That picked up so nicely. So that picked up good. So let's say I was gonna put this on my nail and I didn't want that extra stuff. That's the great thing about the lint roller, is that you just could take it a little bit off right there. There you go. Perfect. Right? So then, of course, right now I'm not stamping my nails because I didn't really prep my nails yet for this. I'm just kind of testing some of the images here. But you can see the details that picked up. Super nice. This is so nicely made. And so you just kind of roll it right on. You just take some practice. So again, the picking up piece and also putting it on, it does take some practice. But the jelly stamper, again, it's the best way to do is roll it. Or you can stamp it right down as well too. But I usually just like to roll it because I'm just used to it too. But every stamper is different. But again, for this one, I think you could either stamp or roll. So, all right, let's try a different my other polish here. So let me see here. I will use this color for the Wet n Wild. So I wanted to show you how the Wet n Wild actually shows up too, because Wet n Wild is only 99 cents. And so, and they have some pretty great color. This is probably one of my favorite colors too. So it's always nice to know which cheaper colors are there for nail stamping, because, we want to do a lot of, we want to have varieties to choose from. So let me make sure I haven't used this one for a while. But again, some of the darker Wet n Wild colors work pretty well, but this one's kind of old. I need a new one. I'm gonna use this one here. All right, let's try this heart. Is it focused there? Okay, let's try this heart here. And I just kind of covered it up. I always close it because it helps with the lifeline of the polish. So with these images, what I find is it's best to swipe across, or across whichever side is thinner, because when you swipe across, like for example, if I was to swipe this one, I'd probably swipe this way because there's a chance, or even the long way too. You kind of play around with it because sometimes it could create like a dent in it too. So, oh, I waited too long. So, one thing about some of these cheaper polishes is that they dry pretty quickly. So I was talking too long before swiping. Once you put on the polish, you should pick it up right away so that it doesn't dry out as well too. So let's try it again. So again, I'm trying these out on cheap stuff. So you know, it's always nice to try it out. Of course, like if you try it on more like actual stamping polishes, then it's gonna give you a different kind of pickup. But it picked up pretty well though. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see here. Picked up pretty well. I kind of missed a little bit there, but I think it's still pretty good here. So let's just go, just put it right in here. Look at that. It's so cute. I love these little images. Only because you could fit them and all, you know, you could use it so it's not on just, I don't wear fake nails. So the little images matters a lot to me because my nail beds are not as big. And then I do nail stamping for my kids a lot too. So their little tiny nail beds are little as well too. So you can't fit too much. So these little images really are awesome. So this was, again, this was Wet and Wild. So it turned out pretty good. So let's start the Revlon one. So again, you see how opaque that is? So you want to choose colors that aren't sheer. So the Revlon one, this brand, this type is pretty good. I like it. I have a few of them. They actually run pretty good. Let's go ahead and let's do this one. That'll be fun, kind of fun to pick up. Here, make sure it's, so I'm gonna try to test it on this color now. Oh, I didn't put enough, so let's put a little bit more on. I kind of put it all over. So just kind of wipe it here. Ooh, clean up this area so you can see just how the image looks like as well too. It's not too bad. I picked up everything. You can see the detail of the little lines inside of it. You see that? Yay! This one's cute. I can see this doing a few different kinds of colors with this as well too. And then it just goes right on right there. Can you see that? Picked up really good. Look at it. So this is the Revlon one. So you can see how nicely it picked up as well. All right, let's keep going here. So here's the Mundo de Unas. This is actually an actual stamping nail polish. So let's see, I bought a set here. I had bought it online, and I bought kind of like the darker set in here. So I have different colors here. I'm gonna try out the black one here just to see how for sure usually this one works really great too. So let's see the black on this one right here. Make sure that everything, oops, kind of tripped over. This one a little goes a long ways too, so usually I will save my extra, leave it here, because the actual stamping plates, the actual stamping polishes, they are easier to pick up and they last longer. Look how dark, nice and dark that one is. Oh my goodness, this is so pretty. And I love like how it picked up everything so perfectly too. The lines are nice. Yay, I can't wait to play with this. There we go. That looks nice. So that looks really nice. Everything's so nicely. I'm gonna try another since I have some extra. Let me clean up this plate here. The red will always bleed. a little bit. All right, let me pick up the words here. Sometimes with the words, especially tiny little lines etched there, and I'm going to try it with my stamping polish just to see how it works. Oh, look at just a little go. Oops, I forgot I had some extra here, so I can use it for the next one. So even though that it leaves some of that, that's why sometimes I like to use just a credit card is fine too. I can't find mine right now, but I mean, this is not bad, but it's a little thicker. Oh, nice. Oh, I picked up my line. I didn't think it was going to pick up a line. Let me try that one more time. Let me clean that set. Let me clean that up. Flip my... Let it dry. And then let's... Okay. Hopefully that doesn't pick up. Oh, there we go. Let me clean it up before I show you all. Some of you are probably thinking it has to be mirrored, but it's not supposed to be mirrored. So this one picked up pretty good. You see that? Let me just focus in here. So it picked up pretty good. I think the way that I picked up, it may have been a little bit squishy. That's the only thing. That's the only thing about some of these jellies sometimes. If you kind of move it a certain way. Oh shoot, there was a little speck right there that glue got on. But sometimes with the jelly, if you kind of like distort it a certain way, sometimes it just I mean, if you kind of squish it too much on, you know, add a little bit more pressure, it kind of distorts the image a little bit. But this one's not bad. It's not super straight. I like it. I love it picks up everything very good. This is kind of my fault that there's these little specks. I didn't clean it good enough. It's my fault. But it's still really nice. I could see doing nails like maybe Nya Zhang up here and Xiang Qie with the two other fingers below, or especially Qie for my thumb because it's a little longer, right? But it's cute. I like that. All right, I think it turned out, I mean, it's really nice. I'm gonna go play around with some more, maybe do my nails or Skyla's nails, and I'll come back and I'll post some more pictures as well too. But so I mean, with all the images that we picked up, I'm sure that we could do more too, but they are all pretty etched in pretty nicely. I like to feel it, to just kind of see it. This one feels a little thin, but I mean, I tried this one earlier and it picked up too, even though it feels thin, but it's still pretty nice. There you go. This one says Hmong. Let's try this one. This one has writings on it, and sometimes the little thin writings, I'm just going to use this. Sometimes the little writings are hard to pick up. Oh, that picked up nicely. Oops, sorry, earlier it was not. Yeah, there we go. That's nice. Let's put that right here. That one's pretty, like for a background, and maybe adding the red heart right on top. I think I might try that. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Hopefully you were able to pick up some pointers. If you don't get it the first time, just keep trying like different methods on picking up with your stamper, or just picking up with like playing with the different polishes as well too. Like I said, some cheap stuff works great. It's just a matter of trial and error to see which works best. But for the most part, you saw I used the cheap ones too, the expensive ones as well too, and everything picked up very nicely. So the plate itself is etched really well. And nothing wrong with that. So if you're not able to pick up your images, maybe just kind of play around with the polishes that you're using as well too. And so I mean, you don't need to go out and find new things, but play around with your polishes and see what's work. I love her little logo right there too. But yeah, check out her Etsy or her page here, which is at Baivang Oh, this is actually, nope, sorry. I think I thought I saw her webpage somewhere here. I think you could just look up Baivang Studio, and then you can check out some of her great Hmong Inspired work. But yep, that's it for today. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment or a message, and I could try to help as much as I can. I'm not a pro or anything. I just like to do it for fun, but it is fun, and I love this little new set, especially for beginners, to have a stamper and a scraper and really beautiful with loads of wonderful ideas to play with. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Thank you.